Best baseball movie of all time.
Field of Dreams.
Anyways, Space Jam's the best baseball movie. People that disagree that it is a baseball movie, allow me to explain. It's a movie about a baseball player that gets abducted to play basketball, but he wants to play baseball. It's my favorite baseball movie of all time.
I'm a big Field of Dreams fan. That was my dad and I's favorite movie.
Bull Durham.
Bull Durham.
But I think the most iconic one would either be Bull Durham or Major League, just because of how iconic and everybody knows them.
For the love of the game.
For the love of the game.
For Love of the Game is one of my favorites.
It's like Sandlot, Bull Durham. It kind of depends on if I want to be like PG or PG-13. You know, it's like, what kind of night am I having?
If The Sandlot counts, The Sandlot, then Bull Durham second.
Sandlot.
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 Hardball.
I like Angels in the Outfield.
Favorite movie, the one that I had most fun watching, was Benchwarmers, which is not a good answer. But if I'm just talking about just pure baseball movies that everyone can watch and have fun, I like The Rookie.
I gotta say Odor punching Batista.
Robin Ventura getting headlock punched in the face by Nolan Ryan.
Pittsburgh Pirates losing to the Cincinnati Reds. Amir Garrett. Much love, bro. AG, got your back. Mine, of course.
The Mirror's attack on the Pirates is nuts.
Man, I'm probably gonna go, I saw his name out there, so it's fresh in my head, Amir Garrett. I mean, just straight up going right after a whole team, whether you were behind it or not, that was, I mean, he literally said, hey, here I am, let's go. That was cool.
The Odor and Batista's best recent one.
The Juan Pierre fight.
Baseball fights are the worst. Like, no one ever throws a punch. It's just kind of, everyone runs to the middle, says, hey, how you doing? And then everyone walks back to the bullpen.
The Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Reds last year.
Pedro taking someone's face and throwing them. It wasn't funny, but to me, it was a brawl to the fullest extent. So that was one that I always remembered.
Vegas is sweet. The stadium was brand new. It was, I think, their first year last year.
I'd say Vegas as minor league. I mean, we were in Reno, Nevada, but when you get to go to Vegas, I think that's just always a fun place for everybody to go.
I haven't been to a lot, but my favorite is Hartford.
I would say overall playing experience, I'm gonna go back to my low A days, Dayton, Ohio. They have the most consecutive sellouts of any sports team, I think professional sports team in general, so you always played in front of a sellout, which in low A was awesome.
Oh, Nashville.
Nashville's pretty cool.
Nashville, Tennessee.
I actually liked Orem a lot, our short season. I actually liked playing there a lot.
I'm a big fan of Camden Yards.
Well, now they're not with us, so Pensacola, Blue Wahoos.
I thought Vancouver was really cool. That was a great place to play.
But I mean, the PCL has the best places to go. I mean, they have AAA's in Vegas right now, and when they go to Nashville, they go to places like, I enjoy a good place that has professional sports, whether we get to see it or not. Just turn around the arena. So Nashville has the Nashville Sound, they have the Tennessee Titans. It's a cool little mix over there.
Birmingham Barons, their new park.
I'm gonna go Columbus.
I'll have to say Charlotte.
I played there, so I would assume it's great to visit as well, but Charleston, South Carolina.
That's hard. Best tradition in baseball. The home run derby?
I would say Champagne Showers playoffs for sure.
Flyovers. Love flyovers during Anthem.
The curtain call.
I like the 7th inning stretch.
Probably when you go up to hit and you got the guys that always tap on the catcher's, what is it called, his shin guard or something like that, always shows that, yes, it's a competitive game, but they're still human beings and there's friends playing and there's a lot more at stake than just who wins the game.
I appreciate we're gonna take your first hit ball and throw it to a fan.
Day games?
No ties.
The mascot races, they're a lot of fun. You get guys who are kind of gonna have a little bit of fun with it in the bullpen. So we have more fun with it than they do on the bench, I'm sure.
I like bat flips. I like people showing emotion. I feel like now we're actually getting into that a little bit more.
I honestly love Sweet Caroline in Boston.
I think the anthem, just in sports, is amazing.
The national anthem before the game. Just its history.
That you can't step on the foul line and you run out to the field. Love watching every player do that. They should show it on TV. They should just have a camera on the foul line and watch everyone jump over it like a bunch of idiots who believe in something. I believe in it. It's awesome.
I can't even narrow it down to just one. Ken Griffey Jr., Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
Numbers might not back me up, but Jeter's got to be the answer.
Probably Jeter.
Joe DiMaggio.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Chipper Jones.
Say too much more than a guy like Babe Ruth just because of the fact he did both. I mean, I know you said position player, but the fact he did both is known as one of the greatest, if not the greatest player of all time.
Babe Ruth?
Babe Ruth or Barry Bonds.
I mean, Barry Bonds probably.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Mike Trout.
Guys I've actually watched play, I mean, right now, Mike Trout.
I get the pleasure of watching him play every day. Mike Trout.
For me, changes year to year. I would say overall, Nolan Arenado.
Juan Soto.
Oh, Trout by far.
Mike Trout.
I mean, shoot, you guys say Trout, huh?
Rafael Devers had a great at-bat against me.
Charlie Blackmon. Probably have to go with JD Martinez.
Flaherty with the Cardinals.
I mean, my hottest out is Adam Eaton.
DJ LeMahieu, but that's my Yankee bias showing.
Altuve.
For me personally, it would have to be Eric Thames.
Me. I'm just kidding. Best advice I've ever received is believe in yourself and, act like what you want to be.
The best advice that I feel like I continually get from big leaguers or people who've played the game, who've come and go, is to be yourself, honestly. Like, I feel like that's what got you drafted. That's what gets gotten you to the point you're at.
I mean, the traditional, play every game like it's your last. One day it's going to be. And I've taken that more to heart recently just because, you don't get to do this forever.
When you get to the clubhouse as a younger player, go about your business, take care of your stuff, and just be there to do your job. You have a job first and foremost. You don't need to be the flashiest. You don't need to be the showiest. You don't need to be on Instagram, Twitter, all this stuff all the time. Just go out there, do your job, do your stuff, and all of that other stuff will take care of itself as you go through. As you start playing better, you start becoming more known, you're gonna have the success both on and off the field that you're looking for.
Be where your feet are. Just keep your mind right where your body actually is. Don't get carried away with other things going on. Just put your whole being into where you're at.
Trust your heart.
Was be yourself, and that's tough, but it was just like, hey, go in and be John, like whether that's quiet, loud, energetic, just whatever. Just be yourself and don't try to fake something.
Always believe in yourself. Never listen to anyone because your mind's a very powerful thing.
My dad always told me if you're not doing it, somebody else is. Growing up, it started as having immense guilt for not doing what I was supposed to be doing, and then kind of morphed into a solid work ethic as I got older.
Jesus saves.
Moving into coaching, the ability to wait and honor the player because they got here for a reason, and to not always be as quick on the trigger to fix them. So like the ability to just have patience and wait.
Don't dwell on the past.
The best advice I ever received, I have it on my wrist as a tattoo. So it says, "Let it fly," and I have the initials SD, which was my grandfather, Steve Demeter. So he played for the Cleveland Indians and the Detroit Tigers, and he was in professional baseball for 52 years. And so everyone says baseball was in my blood when I was born. So, when I came up and I started hitting and playing, he would always say, just go up there and let it fly, and just give it your best, basically. Give it your best shot and, live with the results and just have fun and just let it go as it will. And so, I've kind of always carried it with me. I got this tattoo when I was in college. He's now passed. I didn't have his birth and death dates, but I do now. And it's just a special small little message that's, I've always carried with me. And, a lot of people always say that to me still. They know that's kind of like my motto, let it fly. And it could be with anything, not just baseball. Let it fly in life, give it your best, however you want to take it. But for me, I remember those words coming out of my grandfather's mouth all the time.
Going up and facing Trevor Bauer and saying, look for the fastball. When in doubt, he's going to throw me all sliders. And I struck out.
That candy's bad for you?
Nothing specific off the top of my head, just like not being a yes man. You see a lot of players, especially in the minor leagues when you come through, and really at all levels that, they just want to be great and they want to be a great teammate and player, so they listen to everything that everyone tells them to do from a coach perspective, and I think it can just be super detrimental to your development and to your career.
I think the worst advice being, not that I've personally received, but that's just being taught right now, is to swing up on the ball. I hate that so much.
I was struggling pitching with my command once, and I was called into the office and pulled out a baseball almanac and had a page mark, so he clearly had thought about this and pulled out the almanac, flips to the page, and goes, It was a picture of Bob Feller at the top of his windup, high leg kick, leaned back, and no, I mean, this is not any commentary Bob Feller or what he did, but literally told me to go throw my next bullpen like that. Like just a picture said to do that, and hope, yeah, we get better.
Throw this cutter right here.
I mean, I feel like usually once you find out it's bad advice, you should like throw it out and not remember it.
Hard work pays off. There's no guarantees that, you know, if you work harder than somebody, or you work smarter than somebody, or you work more than somebody, you know, that you're going to have more success.
Don't think about it, just do it. You should definitely think about most things before you do them.